Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. I can't believe I'm committing to every week. These are both the Tao X Melrose Mist. This is a 3-in-1 Mango Dragon Fruit Perfecting Mist. It is a beauty, so it's my brand, but it's also a collaboration with a makeup artist. If you guys want more information on this, I'm gonna leave the link to purchase it on the description. And also, there's a huge description, so it helps with all skin types. It has BHA from willow bark to clear your pores, a lot of antioxidants, so it handles the essence part, and it's a natural setting spray. So I definitely recommend you guys look into that. I also have hand defense elixir hand sanitizing gels that are 70%. They come in scents too. So lavender, orange creamsicle, peaches and cream. I love the peaches and cream one. Also like the creamsicle one a lot. I don't know, I like sweet scents, but we also have like grapefruit and all that other stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, please look down below on the link. And I think you guys would love it. It's not a drying hand sanitizer at all, and it's very travel friendly. So let's get into the actual video. Today we're actually going to be talking about Farmacy. So woo! Farmacy is a brand that is very interesting, and I know very personally. I'm just going to say that, but I know it very personally, and I have been trained on the products in the past. So I think that's very clear on what I'm trying to say. The first product I'm going to talk about is the infamous Green Clean Cleansing Balm, which is known by pretty much everybody. It's infamous at this point. It is a makeup removing cleansing balm that's green. You guys will see the photo there. And then, yeah, it's just a very nice balm, fluffy sorbet texture. They use sunflower and ginger root oils to make basically the makeup melt away and break down. Turmeric and moringa extract help to brighten the skin and also cause to fight the effects of pollution, which is their thing, is it helps with pollution. It removes the pollution on your skin basically. Papaya enzymes to exfoliate. Everything about this formula is beautiful, down to the fact that they have papaya, they use a really great emulsifier. Caprylic triglyceride is there to give that nice consistency. It's like a coconut oil basically, but it won't clog your pores, so to speak. And there's lime oil, orange peel oil. Now those are pretty much just for the scent, and it does have a beautiful aroma. That's why they also added bergamot fruit extract, and it just smells amazing. Now, I didn't know this. I'm looking at the ingredients list right now. I always have my computer, you guys know that. It has citral, limonene, and linalool, which are fragrant components that can be irritating to the skin. Now, a lot of people feel that in wash-offs, they won't bother the skin. This doesn't ever bother my skin, so I can speak true to that. But, you know, some people might find that an issue. It is less than 1% though, which is a very nice and fair concentration. There's nothing really wrong with this formula, minus the scents if you feel that scents aren't okay in a wash-off product. But the main issue and why I won't buy it is because it has polyethylene. Polyethylene, I'm sure many YouTubers you guys have heard talk about this. Hiram specifically talks about this, which I admire him a lot, and I actually respect him to a very high degree. I personally met him too. There's a video on my channel that is pretty much blowing up right now about Hiram and James Welsh. And like I said, I respect the both of them and I really look up to them. But he addressed the polyethylene issue, and it's basically plastic. And when it goes down under the sink, it can't be properly disposed of completely. At least that's what a lot of studies, things, articles, that kind of stuff have said. So it's not an ingredient that I mess with ever, and I never advise it to be used. I won't be using it. But I love the formula, but I won't be using it. And when you add plastic to the formula, is it me loving the formula, or is it me liking the consistency feel to it and then going, well, they made it easy on the formula because once you put plastic, of course it's gonna have a really smooth consistency. I like to formulate without a lot of stuff in my brand personally, so I know it can be very difficult and stressful to formulate without certain things, silicones, all that kind of stuff, but it's that much more rewarding to me because I know there's a lot of consumers out there that would appreciate that. So I go through the headache of having to deal with it, which is not a headache for any, like, it's not a headache for me to be doing it for anybody or any potential consumer, but it is very difficult at times, you know, because we want to create an amazing product, but without certain types of synthetics and plastics, it can be difficult, but it is not impossible. So I just want to say that, and I hope you guys enjoy my products. And I say that to cleansing balm because there's a little surprise with my brand coming soon. Not anytime soon because of the COVID situation, but probably early next year. So that's the goal. And the formula is already done. I just have not given it to the chemist and a bunch of other stuff. Farmacy Honeymoon Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum. This is a beautiful product, besides the fact that it's a little bit sticky, and that's probably because the honey inside of it. I've given this away to 2 friends. I had 2 full-size ones. I used a sample of it and I didn't mind it, but I did feel like it was tacky, and I hate anything that feels very sticky on my skin. 14% AHA and then a BHA blend also. The BHA blend, of course, is at 2% because it can't go in a higher concentration than that. Flower acid blend, which I like that they're using a flower acid blend because it's going to be a lot more gentle. Hyaluronic acid and proprietary honey blend, which is very interesting. But they have a whole thing behind honey and a farmer meeting a scientist and working together, and like this whole thing that creates the brand. There's lactic acid, there's willow bark extract, jojoba esters, safflower seed, all those things. Willow bark is a natural BHA or salicylic acid. Lactic acid is the most gentle AHA in my opinion. Glycolic is able to penetrate very well, but it is more on the harsher side, if that makes sense. A little bit, it's not as gentle as lactic. Propandiol is one of the main ingredients too, which is a very hydrating ingredient. Safflower, which is going to be good and hydrating for the skin. Grapeseed oil, hibiscus, which is going to be calming. There is good stuff. Now, I did notice that citric acid is very high on the concentration list, and that could be technical alpha hydroxy acid. Sometimes they use that to balance pH in products, so it's not stripping and it's not too drying, all that kind of stuff. But in this case, I'm sure it's definitely, of course, for that reason. Propolis, royal jelly. I mean, there's really good stuff. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but there is a lot of stuff. Sugarcane, orange, lemon. Sugarcane, of course, being that gentle AHA. Meadow foam, great to regulate sebum production. There's really, really good ingredients in here. There are, there's chia seed, glycerin, great humectant, divine moisture. Chia seed's very hydrating. And there's alcohol. It's called I'm going to butcher it, but erythritol alcohol. And then, yeah, if you have an issue with that, you know, there is a bit of alcohol in there, but minus that, I'm pretty sure that's just to get it to penetrate better or to possibly get it to be less sticky, but it is a bit sticky, so that's why I personally wouldn't use it. I'm very oily though, so there's that, you know, I'm an oily person. And there is T-butyl alcohol too, and they use citral as a fragrance, as oil basically, or like a fragrance component. So that could be a little bit irritating to the skin because you're leaving it on. There was no point in doing that in my opinion, but that's what they chose to do. I approve of this overall. This is a beautiful formula, and if you don't mind it being a little bit tacky and sticky, I think you're gonna love it and you're gonna see great results from it. Next is Daily Greens, which is their new product. I realized that I have like 16 tabs open of their products, so I'm gonna skim through which ones I wanna pick. Daily Greens is the oil-free gel moisturizer with moringa and papaya. This is brand new and hit the internet pretty well. Also social media, all that kind of stuff, obviously that goes hand in hand. Oil-free, silicone-free moisturizer. This is the first, they marketed this as silicone-free very well, and they did a good job. I respect that a lot because it's harder to formulate without the silicone, and I personally don't always care for it in my stuff, and I don't really formulate with it for the most part. Moringa seed extract, moringa water, of course, it's going to help visibly replenish the skin by removing impurities caused by pollution. It also is very calming too. Papaya extract and hyaluronic acid, which they did 4 types, which is a lot of hyaluronic acid types. In the Tau XML Rose Mango Dragon Fruit Mist, we did 3 specifically because anything more than that, not too much of a high concentration of it, which we did a very a very giving, friendly, I don't know what the word is, but a very generous amount. There you go. We did a generous amount of hyaluronic acid in this mist, so, you know, it is a very great investment, and there's triple hyaluronic acid because when you put too many, you can get sticky. Now, polyglutamic acid is in there too, and it helps to bind moisture and basically work as like, pretty much like a humectant essentially. Great stuff, great stuff, and it looks like the reviews are pretty much all freaking good, so that is a very great sign. In the actual ingredients, we have propandiol, which is great. I would formulate with that, and I plan on formulating with that on other things. They use isomyl laurate as a kind of like emulsifying agent. There's a lot of moringa. There's betaine to help absorb the excess oil. Niacinamide, which is going to be great to help with hyperpigmentation and balancing the skin, also helping reduce redness and helping the actual like sebaceous gland oil production, which is great. Yeah, all the hyaluronic acids. Cellulose gum for kind of texture too. They did celeryl olivate and sorbiton olivate for a different type of, like to work with the viscosity of the texture too. and xanthan gum also for the texture, lemon fruit extract, orange fruit extract, ginger, clary, lime fruit. All those are just fine. They'll work as antioxidants, and they can also help to have light brightening abilities. Nothing very crazy there. Now, my issue with this is that they did end up using citral and geraniol and limonene, which is just a ton of fragrant components. It is beyond unnecessary, but Farmacy seems to have not let that go, which is a shame because I really like the fact that they did a silicone-free moisturizer. But, you know, it's unfortunate. I want to try this though. I eventually will buy this. There's just no doubt about that. I really, really want to try it. I approve of this one. Of course, if you feel sensitive to any kind of essential oils and that kind of stuff, you're not going to want to deal with this one, or kind of fragrance component ingredients. Honey Potion. Now this is a product that is extremely popular. It blew up back in the day. I remember specifically when I was in store selling honey potions, people would be like, oh my gosh, like, now here's the thing. I would sell it, but I wouldn't push it like crazy because there was a lot of people who would come in already knowing that they wanted it, basically. So they would come in and just grab it, basically. It is a $56 for a big tub, or it's a 1.7 for a 38. I would recommend to really look into the ingredients and think if you need a hydrating mask. It is intensely hydrating, warming, and it's infused with antioxidants to give a glow. There's a honey blend, there's glycerin, royal jelly, I can't remember how to pronounce this, but echinacea, I think it's echinacea. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I remember like I went back and forth trying to pronounce it right, and I eventually got it right, so I think I'm butchering it now. Honey propolis, there's an aroma, which is like a slightly, it could be an essential oil, it could be essential oil blend, or it could be an essential oil blend with a little bit of like actual synthetic fragrance. I don't know because we're not going into great detail on this one. And yeah, it literally just is a leave-on mask, basically. I feel like the warming sensation can be slightly irritating at times, but during the winter, it's very nice and comforting. Your skin will feel hydrated and smooth. The only thing I don't like about this is that the scent, to me, isn't really that great. And also, you have to really massage it in. I, as also a licensed esthetician, but also before that, I hate tugging my skin. I cannot stand that. So I like something that glides on. That's why I hate thin cleansers. Hate's a strong word, let me say this, like, but I just, you know, I'm not a fan of it. I can't stand doing that. It's just, it defeats the purpose of wanting to be an anti-aging product. Does that make sense? And it isn't really marketed as like anti-aging, but it's supposed to help with glow and hydration, which I feel that it does a really great job at that, but it's a little bit too pricey for, yeah, I think it's a little bit too pricey. So, if you want to try it, or if you like it, then feel free to love it. And if you want to try it, go for it. But it's not my favorite, and I can do without it. This is one of my favorite cleansers for sure. Clean Bee Ultra Dental Facial Cleanser. Now, I had like 3 of these for free, and I gave one to my friend who loves this cleanser, and I love the cleanser too. It's just great. Coconut, sugar, and amino acid help to naturally derive, or help to, they're naturally derived cleansers. Coconut sugar, amino acid, that kind of stuff. Very hydrating, very gentle exfoliating properties. Hyaluronic acid, proprietary honey blend, and glycerin, royal jelly, licorice root, echinacea. I have to check that. I should have checked it before the video, I apologize. Calendula, lavender oil, which just gives a scent, which is not really necessary, but it doesn't bother my skin. And I like lavender, so I can't really, you know, I can't really argue it. Turmeric, there is citric acid, maybe to be a light exfoliant, but it could also be to help balance the pH of the product. And there's caramel in it, which is interesting. I never see that in products for the most part. And an aroma, which again could be an essential oil blend, or it could be an essential oil with synthetic fragrance. I'm not really crazy about that, but since it is a wash off product and it hasn't bothered my skin, I can say that it doesn't really bother me that much, and I like the scent. It's like not super fresh, but it's not super artificial. It's just like a pleasant scent. They also use linalool, which is another fragrant component that I keep mentioning. I don't really care for that. And yeah, it's a very simple, easy formula, and their surfactant is very gentle. I like it. I really like it. It foams pretty well. It glides on the skin. I really like it. I'm interested to see what the full reviews are. Oh yeah, okay, the reviews are generally, it's 4.1 out of 5. So there's a lot of good ones, but there are some people who did not like it in the 2 stars, 1 star, and 3 star range. So total is about 161 dislikes if you consider a 3 star under a dislike, and there's about 400, no, almost 500 5 and 4 stars, which is a good sign, but that's a lot of people who don't really care for it either. Some people found that it's extremely drying and that it stung their skin, and somebody said, I think it's because of all the fragrance in this. Yes, it's a natural fragrance. A lot of people love it though. I think when you compare this with other brands, this is just a genuinely great cleanser, and I love it. It's a quality cleanser for $28. I don't think they rose the price because I remember it being $28 for so long, and it's in a 5 ounce. I like it, and I approve of it. And I'll probably repurchase it in the future. Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturizer, 4 stars. I don't care for this moisturizer, I'm just gonna be honest. I've used this multiple times. I've given it away to a friend. Lightweight yet intensely hydrating gel cream, and antioxidant rich with hyaluronic acid and golden kupaku butter beads. The kupaku butter beads kind of melt on contact. They really don't serve a purpose to me. And some people really don't like the fact that the kupaku beads are in there. It's not like the end of the world or anything. Some people felt it's too lightweight. I actually felt that it was very, it's slightly greasy. Not greasy, but it's slightly dewy. Now, the formula has a lot of alcohol, denatured alcohol right at the top. And right away, I can tell you I'm not a fan of that. Camellia seed oil, royal jelly, echinacea, probably butchering it again, oh well, hyaluronic acid, 3 different forms, and they use meadow foam to balance the sebum production and the oil. They have allantoin to calm down the skin. Turmeric is in there to brighten, aloe vera, and aroma, which I think they're starting to get rid of that aroma sort of deal. They're not disclosing the full aroma or what causes that aroma. Their kind of like trademark honey scent is under aroma. That's what I'm noticing, and I'm not really in love with it, but it's not the worst, like I said. They used some emulsifiers like sorbitol olivate to get that texture and sucrose stearate, but they also used some mica in here. And if you guys saw my last Sunday Riley video, which is the last video before this, I don't really care for mica in moisturizers. There's a little bit of mica inside the 3-in-1 mango dragon fruit mist to help balance, not balance, but to keep the color preserved without using anything synthetic, basically. That's like super synthetic dye or like things that people generally would not feel comfortable with. But mica inside a moisturizer like this, I didn't care for it. It felt like, I felt like it made my skin more oily, and I didn't really see a difference with it. And with all that alcohol, a lot of people have commented that they smell the alcohol. I just don't like this formula. I really like their new oil-free green, I don't remember what it's called, but the one that I mentioned earlier, I really want to try that, and the formula is much better. So hands down, I think they should get rid of the honey drop because I just don't think it was that great. But that's up to them, obviously. They have 2 hydrating masks, a gel sheet mask and then a brightening one. The hydrating one is fine. It will leave your skin very dewy, and it's one of those things where you kind of feel it on the skin after. So a lot of people like to wash it off. There is hyaluronic acid in the moisturizing one, cucumber extract, and ginger root, and some other things. It is a pretty simple, like collagen infused panthenol hydrating formula. That's it. A little bit of anti-aging, a little bit of what was I going to say? Brightening, not hydrating and anti-aging effect. So it's not bad, and it's $6. They have a really good sheet, like a hydrogel sheet mask for that. And in the eye area, you can tear it to expand. My eyes, it's too small for my eyes, so I have to kind of cut it and just go like that, and it works great. But personally for me, I don't really see a huge investment in a hydrating mask because I'm oily. Then there's the brightening one. That one has niacinamide amongst other things. I really like that one. Coconut water, purple broccoli extract to help put in antioxidants, chlorophyll, vitamins, and minerals, plant-based collagen also. This one I like a little bit more, but there is a high amount of like essential oils basically, or fragrant oils basically. Lime oil, bergamot oil, orange peel oil, a lot of different fragrant oils. And it's not like I can't live without this one. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's not anything that's gonna be like mind-blowing or cheer up eye cream. I have to talk about this one because it's a vitamin C eye cream with acerola cherry, a super hydrating vitamin C rich eye cream that brightens and helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and dark circles. There's vitamin C in here with natural acerola cherry and vitamin C derivatives, hyaluronic acid, sacha inchi peptide, which is actually in the, I know I keep mentioning this, sorry guys, but the Tau X Melrose 3-in-1 mist, and it basically stimulates collagen. Helps with anti-aging too, which is great. Caffeine, also known to help promote like a more awake look, basically, get rid of the dark circles. And emulsifiers, there is a lot of one particular seed oil, which is going to be great for the skin. I can't pronounce it, but it's very, very good for the skin. Very hydrating and nourishing. We got caprylic triglyceride, which is going to be great for that moisture. Glycerin, an amazing humectant to help attract moisture. Acerola, caffeine, hyaluronic acid. They used 4 different types of hyaluronic acids, which is very interesting. Hydrolyzed Plucentia volubus seed extract. Sacha inchi, there you go. I'm sorry guys. So there's a certain kind of, I don't remember what it's called, like IDMI or something like that, like a technical term for an ingredient. That I have used that. That's in the mist basically that we have created. And again, that's me and my friend and who's a makeup artist. So, and sorry if I'm saying it's mine, sorry guys, it's just that she's not next to me, so I'm thinking that it's like, I keep referring to mine because I'm doing this video, but it's our mist. Linoleic acid, there's Beasable for the calming, sunflower, and there's rice bran extract. So that's gonna help brighten. There's a lot of great stuff in here. Moringa, rosemary extract. I love this formula, really. I do like this eye cream a lot. Now, I don't feel like this eye cream has really done any dramatic brightening effects, but I do feel like it's a beautiful hydrating gel cream, so to speak. And the only other one that I like as much as this one for hydration is the Origins Eye Doctor, which has a ton of scents in there and oils that are like scented. So if you're not cool with that, you're not gonna like that. The reviews on this are very, very all over the place, but the majority is 5 stars and it has a 4.2 star. A lot of people feel like they don't really like it and a lot of people love it, but I love it. And I think it makes a very great hydrating cream. Green Defense Daily Mineral Sunscreen. I'm just gonna say it, I am a fan of this. This is probably my favorite mineral sunscreen for the longest time. Now they do use polysorbate, which is like, to me, basically a form of plastic, cyclopentasiloxane. So they do use a silicone in here and a lot of it. Ethyl macadamiate, and ethyl hexylpaltamate for a kind of like that emulsifying, that viscosity basically. And then propandiol, very hydrating. They do use PEG in this, so if you're not comfortable with PEG, I actually didn't even notice that, so that actually kind of turns me off from the product. But, you know, some people look past that. Sunflower seed oil, safflower seed oil. I really like this one because for the most part, it isn't really problematic. Now in the end, they use methicone, dimethicone, cyclohexysiloxane, isohexadecane. I mean, they use a lot of different silicones for this. It is a lot, but it is one of the only few products that I feel like I haven't had issues with as far as it leaving a bad white cast. It will leave a little bit of a white cast. What titanium mineral based sunscreen won't. With zinc, you know, it's just gonna happen. And they reformulated it. It used to be called Green Screen. It's called Green Defense. I'm sorry, they didn't reformulate it. I don't believe they did. I think they just changed the name, which had some people confused. You know, yeah, there is just, to me, it's just a really great formula. I enjoyed it, and I'm actually looking into other physical sunscreens. I enjoyed it, but it's not my holy grail sunscreen. I feel like it was at one point, but I feel like I couldn't find anything better. And I feel like there definitely is better out there, so I'm gonna keep looking. But to make a physical formula or mineral-based sunscreen like this good, it's very impressive. So I very much admire it. But of course, with heck of silicones and emulsifiers in there, I feel like, of course it should feel like that because that's what it's going to do. A true win would have been a sunscreen without any silicones that can be used and worn with makeup beautifully. Now, I think that's gonna be a super hard thing to formulate, but do I think it's possible for some people? I think it is possible. They just really have to work very hard and it would be a lot of trial and error. But this is a great physical sunscreen. So I can definitely recommend that because I've used it for like over 2 years now. And I'm getting bored with it just because I get bored with products. And I feel like lately it's been like peeling, which isn't great. Maybe it's because the moisturizer I've been using lately, but yeah, it definitely I have to make a switch on it. Now we're gonna talk about Honey Grail Ultra Hydrating Face Oil. This is coconut water, purple broccoli extract, and plant-based collagen infused, which very much reminds me of the sheet mask, which is interesting. Evening primrose oil, sunflower seed oil. Evening primrose is great for brightening. Sunflower is great for that hydration. Hibiscus oil, which is gonna be calming. Rose oil, which kind of get that scent and aroma basically. You could say it's hydrating too, to an extent. Honey extract, propolis extract, royal jelly. I love all those. A humectant. You have you have a very high amount of antioxidants from the formulas, all the ingredients all together, and the royal jelly is going to be really great for anti-aging also. Now they put bergamot fruit oil, which I don't understand the brand. I don't understand brands using this because it is just a fragrant oil in my opinion, and rice extract and limonene and linalool and aroma, which that kind of turned me off from it. I felt this oil, to me, it was nothing amazing. I just didn't care for it that much. I don't think there's anything in here that's like, wow, I can't live with, like, I can't live without this. But it's a pretty decent oil as far as like hydration and a little bit of anti-aging and a bit of brightening too. It's a great formula for the most part, but I just think it's nothing that calls to me specifically. I have a lot more tabs open, but I don't have enough time with you guys because I don't want to make this a very long video. So I'm going to skip the Bright On Vitamin C mask, which I don't care for. I'm going to skip Honey Savior, which is fine, but it's like a salve, and I really don't use salves that much, but it's not bad. Honey Butter Lip Balm, which is just fine. I can do without that one. There's the Do It All Total Eye Cream. That one's not bad either, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And I feel like the newer one that I mentioned is a lot better. Sleep Tight Firming Night Balm, which is a renewing lightweight balm that basically melts into the skin. There's plant-based retinoid, blackcurrant seed, and balloon vine extract and sunflower oil. These are all hydrating ingredients that are going to help support the natural skin barrier and strengthen the skin barrier too. The plant-based retinoid obviously is going to be something that's going to help with anti-aging. This is just a blend of a ton of oils, a lot of which I actually am a big fan of. And then there's the fragrant oils in there too, because like natural fragrant oils, orange, all that kind of stuff. It has a very enticing scent, if that makes sense. I really like the scent. And then they use a lot of citral, limonene, and linalool. Not a lot, but it's on the bottom, but along with other scents, it adds up to a lot of different things. This would be great for a dry skin individual, and for my oily skin, I actually really enjoyed using it, and I felt like I saw a difference with texture, brightness, all that stuff. Now, Honey Butter Body Cream, I really like. I've been using it for about a week now. I ordered it during Sephora's sale. It's a limited edition item, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but they use triple blend of kupaku, cacao, and mango butter, royal jelly, and buckwheat honey. There's a lot of amazing ingredients in there, and nothing's very pore clogging. A lot of people feel like the scent is a little bit artificial or they weren't a fan of it. I like the scent. Of course, they use limonene, linalool, which are fragrant components, and they use bergamot fruit oil also. But for the most part, I really like it. It's rich, but it is the one light. It's not super rich, but it's like lightweight and just perfect. And I love that it doesn't have coconut oil because it will not break me out, which a lot of body moisturizers will. And I can't stand this kind of like tackiness or grip. But once you put it in the skin, I feel like personally, maybe because I exfoliate like every other 3 days or every week, on my body, it sinks in immediately. I've never used a formula like that before, so I just am very impressed, and I hope that they don't discontinue this. It is a beautiful body cream, and I can definitely say it's made it up into the holy grail body creams my entire life that I've used. My last two are going to be the Very Cherry Bright 15% Clean Vitamin C Serum with Acerola Cherry. 15% vitamin C by 4 different types of vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. I love the feeling of this serum. It is very lightweight. It smells great. Some people say that it smells like cough syrup. I love it. It's a nice, not too overpowering cherry scent, but I see where people would feel that it may be a little bit too much cherry. There's bitter cherry in here. There's acerola, amongst other forms of vitamin C derivatives, and they use quadruple, 4 times hyaluronic acid. So, you know, I feel like they're using hyaluronic acid and really amping it up to the max. I just really like this formula. I don't feel like it's super sticky. It's lightweight, it smells great. As far as results, I didn't use it long enough to actually see, and I have not invested in it because generally vitamin C serums do not work for my skin, which if you're oily and acne prone, I'm sure you can relate. But yeah, they use that. They use Sacha Inchi, which is going to be great for that anti-aging and also stimulating that kind of collagen. Sweet almond fruit extract, which is going to be nourishing and rich. Rice bran extract, which can help with brightening. Sunflower extract and jojoba seed oil. Vitamin E, which is going to be a great antioxidant and help to boost everything else that's going on here. It works great paired with vitamin C. There is vanilla, so a little bit of scent, and yeah, I like this formula. I mean, the overall majority of people, it's a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like the biggest complaint is people keep saying that there's no results, which is very interesting. But because some products can be made so naturally that people don't find that it's super effective. I feel like this may definitely be the case on this one. But I love the consistency. It's $62 for a 1 ounce. I know I've been mentioning the price, so I apologize again. But yeah, it's a beautiful formula. You have to feel it. Based on the reviews though, it's not looking that great. Farmacy's newest product, Deep Sweep 2% BHA Pore Cleaning Toner with Moringa plus Papaya. I feel like Sephora, well actually no, I know for a fact how Sephora kind of works because I know some people basically, and I have networking, connections. So it is an alcohol-free 2% BHA toner that gently exfoliates, cleans pores. It's an exfoliating toner. This released right after the Glow Recipe PHA exfoliating toner launched. There's arginine in here, which is great for anti-aging. It can help to really help with the signs of like wrinkles and all that kind of stuff, firm the skin. Salicylic acid in there. Pretty much you can't max out on more than 2% salicylic acid. So water, which is a high amount, arginine, I don't know, I might be butchering it, salicylic acid, and you can't have anything more than 2%. You can't have more than 2% of the salicylic acid, so everything under it I'm assuming is less than 2%. Lactobacillus, which papaya also exfoliating, moringa leaf water, which is going to be calming, and moringa seed extract, which is going to be calming. They use eucalyptus leaf extract or leaf water, which is probably just to give it a very fresh, like invigorating feel and scent. Chlorella ferment, which is going to be great for the skin, has antioxidants and all that kind of stuff. And then lactic acid as a gentle, very gentle AHA, and glycerin as a humectant. Some of the other stuff in this ingredient list, I'm like, okay, yeah, it just creates like a little, like a butylene glycol, of course, is just going to help to kind of create like a hydrating, like slightly foam consistency, but it's fine. It's nothing in the world. And then radish root to be a natural preservative. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I want to try that out actually. That seems really interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys look forward to more content from me. Please subscribe to the channel. There's a link to the Mango Dragon Fruit Mist down below, and there's also a link down below for the hand sanitizers if you guys would like to purchase one. Thank you guys again. I've been noticing that my channel has been getting subscribers more and more and more, and I'm only at 112 right now, but it's 112, and I'm actually very excited to see the growth of this channel. And I just want to say thank you guys. I've been getting a lot of sweet comments, and please let me know what you guys want to see. I appreciate you all. Please stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.